afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young. I cannot believe it is the last week of June. I'm doing my last two June shows tonight and tomorrow. I have an awesome, well, I guess he's a rapper. I think he has a podcast. Isn't that, you're a podcaster too, right?
Depending on what's going on with the future endeavors, and if I get the setup properly, yeah, I could be getting the podcast going very soon, shortly.
Okay, his name is Jaiden Fiore, and he goes by the Observer of the OBZ, and we're going to talk to him in a minute. But of course, got to read these incredible underwriters first, and then we will commence per usual. We've got some new ones. So we have the Salon Giovanni in Marshfield. We have the Omar Matthew Barbershop in Brockton. They're a new one. We have 508 Sneaker Store in Fairhaven. Great to have them back. We have the home.
Nice.
Thank you. We have the home studio in Mattapoisett. They're a new one. We have Carver Jewelers, Ronald Aaron, Lily Delano Goldsmiths, right here in the building in Carver. We have Shipyard Galley in Mattapoisett. They're a new one. We have Max J Records in Fairhaven. They're a new one. We have Olympic Pizza and Grill in Weymouth. They're a new one. We have Brian's Barbershop in Kingston. We have the Gunrunner LLC, the Second Amendment Freedom Store in Middleborough, specializing in customer service, pricing, and selection. We have DNS Auto Works and Collision Specialists in Abington, right up the road here on Route 58. We have the auto shop in Hanover with Master Mechanic Ed Rooney, and we have the Hanover House of Pizza in Hanover. They make great Sicilian pizza, Greek salads, have lots of people working there, and they deliver, and I want to thank you guys very much. And now, so Jaiden Fiore, that's your original given name. That's a cool name.
Yes, sir. That's me in the flesh right there.
Okay, well, that flesh is good, I guess, as long as it's not burnt flesh. Okay.
Damn right.
All right. Well, so tell me about yourself. You're in Foster, and you just got back from Europe, and you texted me from England.
I was touring in England. I happened to be on a solo independent tour all over the world. I originally from Rhode Island.
Yep.
I've been here for a long time, but recently with music and everything that's been going on, with the great success of everything, I've been traveling all over the world.
Wow, that's incredible. And you perform now. I just asked you a few minutes ago if you were. I'm thinking maybe you were part of the Taylor Swift entourage, but I guess not. I mean, she had a boyfriend Travis there, and they were all dressed up for and he did her makeup.
Yeah.
But you couldn't have been too far away. I imagine it was London, right?
I was about 3.5 hours from London or so on the eastern coast of England.
Okay, I've never been to England. I've been to Scotland and Ireland.
I've been to Ireland as well. I've been to Shannon Airport in Dublin.
That's the one. I've been to Shannon. I've not been to Dublin.
Yeah.
We were on the way to Scotland. That's why we stopped in Shannon. That was you weren't even. I don't think you weren't born yet. It was 1981. So wow, I know. I have to believe it. Seems like a much shorter time ago than that. All right. Well, you've just come back from a world tour. What other countries did you visit, and what did you perform there?
So I performed my basis of a 35-minute old school hip hop set list that is compiled of tracks that I composed and lyricized myself on my end of business. I've been to a lot of places. I've done shows in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New York, New Hampshire, New Jersey, Atlanta. I have shows booked in Atlanta, Georgia coming up, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Jersey, some shows in the Midwest.
Wow. Okay. I
got for other countries, I've been to Ireland, I've been to the UK, and I've been to Switzerland so far.
Wow. Okay. Well, Ireland is part of the UK.
It's pretty nice, I got to say. I was in London slightly for the plane travel, some of the train rides, a couple of photos, and then I took my time to head out to Bristol, Bournemouth, Bedford, East Anglia, which concludes of Suffolk, Norfolk, Norwich, and Great Yarmouth, Kessel. There's a couple of them. Essex County.
Yeah, I've heard of Essex.
Very cool areas, though, I must say.
Okay, the Brits like it, I guess. Obviously, they got you in all those towns. Wow.
Oh yeah, I got a very unique fan base all over the world.
I guess so. That's awesome. Do you have a band with you, or do you go by yourself? Do you have an entourage? Tell me about that.
Depending on where I'm going and who is available at the time, I have friends and family members, and I have entourages of people who I've met along the way in all different regions all over the world, in the States, in Europe, in the UK, in Asia, in Africa, South America. So I have a very good liking all over the world at the moment.
Right, but I'm asking about people that perform with you when you perform. Do you have like a group?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple of friends that sometimes come with me that I've met along the way. It just depends on what their availability and scheduling is like,
Right.
who has what going on at the moment, who may be interested, who's not. So I try to see what works for people and see, what doesn't, try to piece things together.
Well, obviously, I mean, if you're traveling all over the world and you're only 24, and that's quite a feat for such a young guy like you. That's awesome. So how old were you when you started rapping? Let's talk about your childhood a little bit. How did you get into it? I always say everything is connected in life, so let's go with that for a while.
Yeah, of course. So
Yeah.
I started making music around 16 or so, but I was introduced to hip hop music by my mother when I was really, really young, about 5,
Okay.
6 years old.
Oh, okay, interesting. Did you have any faves? Tupac Shakur?
Yeah, definitely. The Notorious B.I.G., Eminem, Wu-Tang Clan,
Did
Nas.
she likes Eminem, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah, crazy good. Okay, that's awesome. That's all right. So I assume you're obviously your biggest fan. That's a lot. That's incredible. All right, now let's
Yeah,
talk. So she introduced you to this music at 6, and then so what happened during the 10 years between 6 and 16? You said you didn't start performing until 16. What did you do in the meantime between those years?
Progressively going to school, learning about life,
Okay.
figuring out myself, during the time being when I was young, enjoying my times as a youth,
Yeah.
and even,
Young guy.
yeah, but for some reason I seem to have something in my mind where I might be at this age, but I know that I definitely have been here before. So,
Okay. Well, yeah, I know, but was there an event in your life that prompted you to start music at 16 is what I'm asking, I guess. Did you, I mean,
a specific moment.
yes.
I don't know if I could truly pinpoint one at the moment right now.
Moment. Was there any kind of revelation? Because I mean, usually, because here's the thing, I played music as a kid at 6. I took piano lessons. Then I couldn't. I was told I was very talented, and then when I was 13, I couldn't I couldn't commit myself to doing the music like I can say to doing the show like I do now. And eventually, I just got frustrated and I stopped after 7 years. Now, but if there'd been some kind of an event that really, or a series of events, did you have anybody? Did you do like an open mic somewhere? Did you participate in some kind of a school talent show or something like that at your high school during those years?
I kind of just started freestyling hip hop in garages with my friends in my free time. And I ended up getting to the point where people thought that I was nice enough to start recording songs and mixtapes and albums.
Okay. And that's when you were 16 about, right? You were still in high school.
Yeah, still in high school. It was sophomore year for myself.
Congratulations on that. All right. So how did you end up parlaying it into such a career though? I mean, that's incredible. Getting to go, now you're out, now you're traveling everywhere. What did you have?
Yeah.
Do you have an agent? Do you represent yourself? Or how does that work?
I represent all myself in full.
Okay.
Everything that a label would as well.
Yeah, okay. You cut out the middle people, you save a lot of money, and you certainly you certainly don't have any problems getting anywhere. I mean,
no, 100%. I try to retain a good profitable margin to cover the end of business on my licensing and such on certain terms. Okay. So as long as I, stay with a consistent basis, I keep the flow of business and motion going, and everything gets marked off properly for business, expenses, plane tickets, profits, fundraisers, deductibles, as long as everything stays on par with everything and everything's kept legally and proper, everything's going to just keep flowing and, keep going positive all the way through.
I guess it is. Wow. And by the way, on that note, we're halfway through the show, and now we're going to hear a little of the song. We're going to hear a song by Jaiden, and we're going to listen to it, and then we're going to talk about it. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back and enjoy it.
My compressed vocals they leave you leaning out your lawn chair. Stop, you can't lyrically top, so halt there. Fall air is way better than summer. It's a shame how the game had to change, cause rap was like a mother. Yeah, it taught me about the value of every other's beliefs. Now we sit and reminisce while we breaking open a leaf. Deconstruct fire buds or removing untrimmed leaves. Devil's area code, yeah, is notably 666. While on earth the 444 is a law that's unfixed. When I touch mics, I bring back the birth of an era. Black Scullies, nickel plated, and Columbia sweaters. Air Forces and the polo horses with distortion. We pile money in the safe so we can spend and abort it. All torsion, it's full talk, the vision of true sport. Think of motives that we made at the jobs when we slaved. Just another time bracket to the days of the grave. I'm seeing visions through my visible, they knowing my name. Knowing the game and knowing most of life is living in pain. You see a God get envisioned as the man in the sky. Just want a little validation for the slickest of rhymes. Still in the past, but I notice all the changes of time. Time changed, so when my day come, I'm ready to die. I smoke kush for a little, blow my brain on my mind. And for the family that I peer at in the side of my eyes, I never lie, cause I'm hunting for the future of mine. You see the future pass fast in the presence of time. I still press fast forward on the raps of the past. She clasping my shaft, my flow is straight up sharper than glass. Sharper than tacks with air compression guns and silence of stab. I get local with the low soul flow, but I ain't fab. When my grasp begins to slip like the tray of the ash, I'll intervene with the memories before I had cash. Custom made like the panes of colorful church glass. Keep the eye to myself cause the snake singing the grass. Still the one that blasts OGs in a game that's past. And that's a promise most certain till the day of my last. So when my body clock snooze for the last of its time, I hope to God that in your memories I come to your mind.
Oh, Jaiden, that was great. Tell me what we just heard.
So that track right there was called Tranquility. And that was one of my first ever real sophisticated pieces of music bodies that I had ever written myself.
Okay.
I wrote that in 2020.
Okay.
And since I've propelled with that track, it's become one of my best tracks and one of my biggest sellers at the moment.
Wow. Sellers, huh? Okay. Now, you say you don't have an agent, but have you been signed by any? I mean, have you performed on the radio? Have you had? Is this your first
Yes.
TV appearance? Or if not, tell me where else you performed on TV.
I have also
radio.
performed on 93.7 FM, hiphop.com.
Okay.
I have performed at 101.1 WBRU, the franchise report, on many occasions.
Oh, I know that's Brown.
That's in at Brown. Yeah, they got a good system what they do over there.
Yeah. Okay.
I've done a lot, honestly. I've been all over.
Oh yeah, I guess you have. Okay. Have you ever? All right. So I mean, how about press coverage, like in the paper, newspapers, anything like that?
Yes, I do have some personal articles about myself, some newspaper articles, some web links, some touch pages. You know, there's a couple of things that I have on the online at the moment that are abroad.
Now, when it comes to like doing the legal stuff, like you just mentioned, licensing and everything like that, how do you go about licensing? How does that work for a rapper, an independent rapper?
So, yeah, sure. So the best thing that I would tell somebody is to research, the exact licensing and standpoints of how far along you are in the business aspect. Okay. If someone is still in the beginning stages, maybe starting a small time limited licensing corporation and building their way up.
Okay.
Or if someone is, maybe certain levels into this experience, like someone like myself, or maybe even someone that's further than me, they could think about advanced licensing, like an ASCAP license or a BMI license, or retaining your masters, retaining your publishing, trademark logos, international musicians license, which is something that I just happened to purchase. Wow. Very big game changer. Yeah. Okay. So many different things that I could tell you, honestly, Harrison. There's so much. We might need to have a couple interviews.
Well, no, it's fine. No, I don't want to know. I mean, I'm not looking so much to hear about the legalities of it. I'm looking to figure out what the protocol is for you to make it happen, so that you're legal and everything that you're doing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So at the moment, everything that I had just listed off to you under those classifications, those certain licenses, I own every single each and one.
Okay, but how did you go? How did you get? Did you copyright it all? Is that how you did it? Did you go?
Yep, copyrighted and limited licensing, organized, and I just kept advancing my limited licensing up until I got my LLD license.
Okay.
And retained my publishing and masters under owning my music catalog.
Okay, and it sounds like you went through a lot of. You must have taken a lot of steps, though, right, to make it legal.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely a lot. I had to do a lot of research to do everything properly.
I'm sure, but you also don't have to. You have to be, you don't want anyone trying to steal your. Obviously, the last thing you want is somebody trying to use your name for anything that's to try and profit from it. Is that right? Is that basically the reason why you do all this licensing?
Yes, that as well. And even when people still do at this point, I still get paid for it, and I get a small royalty percentage regardless. So,
I know.
So it's not too bad.
Are you familiar? Do you know Kiss 108 in Boston?
I've never spoken to them personally, but I've heard about them.
Well, you know what I got to tell you, I think they did this just to piss me off. They took the title of my show, Topic Time, and they use it on their morning segment now. Just to piss me off, I think they did it. Just to piss me off. Just upset.
Hey, let me know. I'll throw them in the next verse. I'll let them down.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, all right. I don't know. I was really upset. So I went to a lawyer to find out if I had any legal ground to get this stopped. And they said, no, not really. And I'm doing okay. It still annoys me that they did that. They know about my show because I've asked them to do it before.
Some people, they have a problem with that. So I've met and I've ran into a bunch of people. Some people will take ideas and run with them. You give someone only so much, and they're bound to take a mile.
Exactly. I know it's annoying. It is. I mean, and it shows no class or integrity. And I hate to do that. I hate talking about people, downing people on my show, but I'm really aggravated by this. And every now and then I'm gonna vent if I'm upset, and I'm upset about it. And that's all.
Hey, I understand.
Let's continue the interview as promised. So
yeah, of course.
So where are you performing lately?
At the moment, I just got back from the UK. I'm getting ready to head over to Atlanta. I have 2 shows in Atlanta, one on the 18th and one on the 20th of July. I have multiple interviews down there, multiple music videos, and then I'm heading over to the Carolinas for some interviews.
Okay, my birthday.
And then to Virginia for a show and some interviews, and then to Pennsylvania for a couple of features and one last music video. Then I'm going to be heading back.
Wow. Okay, so that's
oh yeah,
that's your summer then, basically, right?
Yeah, it's been a crazy summer. I must say it's
just
I love it.
Yeah, me too. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, now who's going to be interviewing you at these venues?
So in Atlanta, I have an interview with the promotion group Shot by BP. Okay. That's one of the production companies. I have an interview with Shutter Life Media Radio.
Okay.
I have an interview in Virginia, one with 101.1 FM, The Dinner Plate.
Okay.
And another one with Hot Mix Virginia radio station.
Okay.
I have one in North Carolina at University of North Carolina, WKN 88.1 WRU.
Wow. I have to say, the more you're telling me about these interviews, the more flattered I feel that you wanted to do my show.
No, of course. I like to meet everybody, and for me to turn down any type of opportunity would just make me kind of look ignorant, and in my perspective as well. So it's nice to meet new people too.
I know, but you reached out to me, and that says so much, given what you just told me. Given that you're so busy with all these other things, that's great.
I saw the interview that you did with my friend Cruz, Anunnaki Cruz, and
Anunnaki. I know.
I loved it so much. I was like, you know what? Let me reach out to Harrison and see if maybe we could get something going.
Yeah, I know. I love this stuff. The way people have been watching my shows, and then they reach out to me just like he did, like you did. No, that's awesome. I know. He was. I love having people on the show that are unusual, and he certainly is in a good way.
He is. He's a very unique friend. I got to say, yeah. He's a very eccentric and very hardworking and dedicated artist, just like myself.
And like myself.
Just like the 3 of us.
All of us, yeah, the 3 musketeers.
Same with Jason. There's about 4 of us.
Oh yeah, no question. And there's more. There's 5 of us. There's a lot to be appreciated. Okay. Now, so do you have people that you have not, so nobody works for you at all. You do everything yourself, except for those, every now and then you bring people with you that are going to help you perform when you're going on the road.
Yeah, and other than the pilots flying the planes and whoever's driving the trains when I'm out wherever, that's all me.
I assume you get recognized in a lot of venues too, right? I mean, if you walk
I do, yeah.
Geez, that's incredible.
It's always a good time. I have a lot of fun.
Tell me about your music videos. Now, the one what we have here today was just a song, but who creates your music? Do you do all your editing too?
I do not do the engineering and production of music videos or music samples, but I do work with some of the most extensive people in the hip hop industry at the moment.
Okay. Oh, okay. And how do they function for you? What do they do for you?
Usually, sometimes I pay for services, like usually you pay for a music video, or you pay for an engineer to create you a music file for you to make a track on.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. I've had people on my show that have done that. Okay.
Yeah.
But what about now in terms of playing any instruments? Do you play an instrument at all? Do you sing? I mean, I know you rap, and I assume you write most of your own stuff, right?
Yes, 100%. I only write all of my own material. Everything I write, I have it dated, ready to go.
Okay, I understand. All right, and that keeps you. I assume you spend quite a few hours a day doing this.
Yeah, I spend a decent amount of time putting towards not only just writing, recording, but also maintaining the business and trying to make profit for the better good of the business as well.
Okay, and the business is just all you. Do you have anyone that you have to compensate aside from the people that you got to buy? You buy the tracks from and all that. You do have people work. I mean, you have people that work with you, not for you, correct?
Yes, people that work with me in their own perspectives, not anybody that works for my personality or in person for me.
I got you. All right, that's amazing. I mean, you got the market cornered. And on that note, we're down to the final 5 minutes of the show. I hope you had fun talking to me.
Yeah, I really wanted to say thank you guys. It's especially going back and forth between countries. I know it was a little last minute, but I really do appreciate you guys taking on the show with me. It means a lot to me. And
I mean, it was a blessing to have someone that's so well traveled that just contacts me from across the ocean to do my show. Is pretty.
Yeah.
So I'm the flattered one here, not you. I'm very, it's incredible. All right, well, here's what I want. Are you married with children or anything like that?
Not at all. Just me and open world, my brother.
You got that Rhode Island dialect too. I know it well.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean,
no, it's a good dialect. It's cool. It's I go to Rhode Island every now and then. I do stuff there too. So what I want you to do in the remaining time is just look at your phone there, give a few shouts out to people that are going to see the show, because quite a few of them are. And then we'll wrap.
Yeah, of course.
My snap the way it began. So go ahead.
I would like to give a shout out to the two of you guys, for this amazing opportunity.
Sure.
I'd like to give a shout out to my sound engineer and producer, Emmanuel Maries, Eman Oh Yeah Studios, one of my brothers right there. I'd like to give a shout out to a couple of my friends that I've worked with extensively, Jason Greenhart, Anunnaki Cruz, Aaron All Nighter, Street Magic, Tydro Elite, and Jordan Towers, two of the best videographers that I've ever met in the planet.
Okay.
And I'd love to give a shout out to a couple of my day one brothers. My sound engineer who makes beats for me, Obi Slab, one of the nicest beat makers in the world. Okay. I'd like to give a shout out to DJ Big Mike, my brother who brought me from the basement, to be a superstar.
Wow.
And I'd like to give a shout out to everyone that has supported me and loved me and cared for me throughout all the years. And I want to just say, bless everybody. Thank all of you.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. That's great. So if any of these people that I haven't had on my show, if they want to do my show, you have my digits, have them contact me. We'll get them.
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course.
The more the better.
You might have about 100 people hitting you up. So, hopefully it doesn't get too overwhelming.
I'll be doing the show for the next 50 years. I have plenty of time for 100 people.
I'd love to come back with you guys too.
I started it. All right. Look, I have one last favor to ask. We're going to wrap the show up. You stick around and let my tech guy take a pic for Facebook, and I'll tag you in it.
Yeah, of course.
All right, folks. Another great episode of Topic Time is winding down. We're signing off and snapping out. See you next time. Have a good week. Take care.
Thanks, folks.